Okay, what's up, everybody? Christopher Leon Johnson, and this is Christopher Leon Johnson. Sorry about this. Repeating myself like an asshole. Sorry for church, but I want to make a video about this. Recently because it has got brought to my attention that it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a lot of women out there tomorrow at City Hall, and they have every right to be fucking mad at the speaker. And I know there's a saying. I think it's a saying by women that there's a special place in hell for women that shits on other women. And I got to tell everybody right now that Adrienne Adams is a fucking demon, and there's a reason I say that. And this situation proved my fucking point. So tomorrow I'm going to wear this. I'm gonna go buy a purple shirt to show solidarity with the woman that is going to be affected by this bill, Intro 1297. And Intro 1297 is basically a bill to where that it opens the window for women to pursue legal action against anybody that commits a sexual abuse or sexual exploitation. So basically, it's like the Robert Haddon situation where they had to open up this window with the state to where everybody could sue that doctor. And I really cared about that. This is something where that it really threw me off. It really made my blood boil because I'm looking at the bill on the city council website, and it's a crazy super majority. It's 41 people, 41 council members that jumped onto this bill showing their support. And there's just something where, look, myself, and I think that people know about my situation or what happened with myself and Lee Gulapa, and I make this clear, right? And I make this clear, like I said, if this bill were to ever get to a hearing, this is something that I will bring up. I say, look, myself, I'm for this bill. I support this bill 100%. Myself, I'm not perfect about people expect me to be against this bill because of what happened in 2023. Even if open up the window for that situation for myself and Ligia, I could be litigated, right? But if I was, let's say there was some person that had it out against me, like some chick who had it out against me, and they threatened Ligia, say, well, we're gonna sue Chris, or I'm gonna fuck up all your money, and they go that route, I would not be mad, right? But it's what it is. It comes with the territory. But it's something where that we got a speaker. The reason she doesn't want to be on the floor is because a lot of her supporters, her main supporters and her donors are the main ones that do all the crimes. They're the one that do all the abuse. So of course, she don't want those guys, and many of those guys, to be in a situation where they can be litigated for stuff they did in the past. And they don't want that. And she doesn't want that because once that happens, she's done. So, but to make this, to talk about this right now, that it's a bill that I think that a lot of men need to support, men in general, because it all starts with the men. And then I think that men have to start holding themselves accountable of how they treat women in the city, treat women in general. And I think that the way that men are treating women these days, I give it a complete F. If we're not fucking abusing them physically, we're exploiting them sexually. And I think that I'm kind of guilty of that myself when it comes to objectifying women. I'm kind of guilty of that, really, myself. Have to work on that. But the thing is that I think a lot of men are guilty of that, especially in politics. We're all guilty. A lot of men are guilty of that in politics, especially in New York City politics. It's a bill to where that I think that men need to start coming out and showing their support for that bill, Intro 1297, even that means that submitting a written comment 72 hours within the hearing. That's my plan. If that was to ever get to the floor, to the hearing, and I'm not able to testify because tomorrow I have to attend an event at 3 o'clock in the United Nations, so I'm not able to stay there to really show the support. I need to show my support to the woman that's going to be there for the hearing tomorrow at City Council at 250 Broadway. But because I got to attend the United Nations at 3 o'clock for an event with Monica Sanchez, but for the United Nations, she's speaking. But it's something where that tomorrow I'm going to be there to show my support. I'm wearing purple to show my support. And basically, that's what it is in 2025. I want to make clear that I stand with all survivors, the known and unknown. I stand with all survivors, the people, the women that are scared, and the men, many women, because this is all about women's rights these days. Men, I know men go through DV, but men can hold their own. But women, I stand with you. I stand with all women, victims of domestic violence. I stand with you. 100%. It's fucking sad of what happened with that. I just got from a woman that this is going on in politics. Like, this is what this lady's doing as a speaker. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, you know what? Something I got to do tomorrow. But it's something where that, like I said, that men in New York, especially in politics, especially who have influence and reach like I do, cause a lot of people watch my stuff, that it's people like myself duty to really help bring this to attention and really help bring this stuff to attention and bring this type of situation to attention and really try to do the right thing and really help bring justice to these women. And I hope that, pray to God that bill gets to the floor, gets a fucking hearing by the end of the session. But the speaker, like I said, the speaker's a fucking demon. The speaker's a female, a black demon, and she's a fucking demon. And when I say that about Adrienne Adams, when I say she's a fucking demon, I said it on the record. And I think that was the final straw when now she changed the rules where if you say that at a hearing, they could ban you for 30 days. When I say that about the speaker, Adrienne Adams, I fucking mean it. And this what I heard from a female in politics, like a lobbyist chick, just told me like, this is what this lady doing. White lady, who, not black, but white, from what this lady's fucking doing. I felt so disgusted because I saw the video and the clip that they sent me. Not only because I was there, and the thing is that they had a rally about that bill, right? They had a rally about that bill, and I was so busy covering the Charter Commission rally. They had a rally right next to the rally for Intro 1297, right next to the Charter Commission rally. I wasn't able to cover it. I can't cover two things at one time. I mean, I wish I could, but I wish I could cover two things at once. I wish I could, and I feel kind of guilty for that, because I was covering something I knew, like, look, these people ain't gonna win this shit. Stumble up bullshit. I should have covered that instead, but I mean, I felt kind of guilty. But tomorrow is something where that myself as a man has to like really put this to attention, and I think that men need to start bringing this shit up more. And I know a lot of men, they scared of coming because it's kind of hard, right? Where a person like myself, that I'm really guilty of this, and I'm trying my best to make it right with Ligia, right? Who, like I said, myself and like 18 others, I think like 20, I don't know how many niggas that was there, but it was a lot of us, and we chased her all over Chinatown, and we called her every derogatory we call a woman. I called her everywhere I could call a woman, like, and I felt bad for that, and I threatened her, and I'm not proud of that. And it's something where that it's really tough for other guys to do this type, like really say, yo, they did it. They trying to repent. They trying to make it right with people. They trying to redeem themselves. And you show up to rallies and functions when it comes to domestic violence, and you try your best to give back and contribute to these organizations, right? As much as a man, myself as a man that is guilty of that shit, that was really guilty of that. I didn't get arrested, but I committed an act of it, and I'm not proud of that. But what like I said, it's something that I just got to like a few minutes ago, and it made my fucking blood boil. So tomorrow I'm wearing purple to show my support and solidarity. Why are you wearing purple? Because I'm showing my support to the women that have been abused by this shit. That's why I'm wearing purple. But going forward in 2025, what I want to say is this, but that's what I gotta say. But I want to talk about this right now. It's 11 minutes, right? 11 minutes in that. What I just saw earlier this afternoon with Curtis Sliwa. I was so disgusted of what I saw, how that man is treated. And I know there's people like, well, Chris, you want this guy to drop the fuck out? Like, why are you fucking saying this about Curtis? Like, you know why I'm saying about Curtis? Because look, let me tell you what's going on, right? As much as I think that Curtis need to drop out the way, I'm gonna donate $1 to this campaign. I might donate 50 cents to this campaign. I'm gonna donate to this campaign. I promise you, I'll donate to this campaign. I'm gonna donate. But I understand that there's a lot of people that want this guy to drop the fuck out the race. But there's times in this shit that you gotta take the politics out the fucking window. I don't give a fuck what you feel about a political candidate. You have to take the politics out the window. And when it comes to NYCHA, where NYCHA is a institution where it's the definition of like failed housing and good people that are living there, and they get kicked out, they have nowhere to go, the crime will go up, right? One guy brought it up, and he was right about that. One black kid brought it up, he was correct. He's like, yo, once I get kicked out, the reason I was so mad at John, because the problem with this whole NYCHA fight is that there's a lot of egos, there's a lot of partisan politics, there's a lot of division, and a lot of animosity, and I think that God works in great ways, because there's a video that I had and I can't upload it because something with the live, but somebody asked me not to publish that part, but it's whatever, so I can't upload it. And so God is great. I think God works in mysterious ways, and God gives you lessons like don't go live on Instagram, okay, it's a lesson. So going forward, I will not go live on Instagram. Sorry, but I'll go live on YouTube going forward, Facebook. So what happened today, and I was so disgusted, the reason I was disgusted of what happened was because of the fact that Curtis Sliwa came with his staff and his security team. He didn't have to do this. Curtis did not have to do this at all. He did not have to do this. Right? He did not have to do this at all. Curtis came to the rally to show his support, because people don't understand about Curtis that Curtis was one of the guys that, when it came to NYCHA and the housing fight, he is one of the only people that really showed up throughout the years when it came to NYCHA. As much as Curtis was not a candidate for mayor, Curtis actually showed up for NYCHA. And the way he was treated today was so foul by John Mudd. And I know I told John, I said, look, you're fucking wrong for treating that guy like that. He took his time out of the day to come and show support to you guys, show support to your rally, give you guys the proper time of day. Where the fuck was Zoran? I understand they supporting Zoran Madani, like John said, but where the fuck was Zoran? Where the fuck was Cuomo? Like, Zoran could have easily sent Lindsey Boylan out there and say, yo, I'm out here on behalf of Zoran Madani, this, and that. This is what you had to say, boom, boom, and get the fuck out. Not one person from Madani's campaign came out and stood next to them. Not one person from fucking Andrew Cuomo's campaign came out and stood next to Midtown South. Who came out today was Curtis Sliwa in the flesh, Curtis Sliwa in the flesh, and Curtis Sliwa in the flesh, and Curtis Sliwa in the flesh, and and his people. But the way he was treated was wrong. It was uncalled for. He came, he said what he had to say, he said his piece. Like I said before, I told a lot of people, look, Zeron is for the demolition of NYCHA. Andrew Cuomo is for the demolition of NYCHA. And it's something where that, look, I understand that John is a partisan guy, he's a Democrat, and all the shit like that, but there's certain times, like, you gotta stop the bullshit, stop all the partisan shit. Whoever shows the fuck up, you have to give them the appreciation. And I think the way that Curtis was treated today by John Mudd was that he just didn't want him there. The way he was just, instead of saying like, look, yo, Curtis is here, he showed up, this is a day for our lawsuit, we need as much support as possible, the way he was treated was wrong. And I think that John Mudd should come out with an apology to the Curtis Sliwa campaign, because the way he was treated was fucking foul. He was treated wrong. That was wrong and uncalled for. And I know that Curtis actually cared about NYCHA. He really cared about the city. Curtis cares about the city. He cares about the city, but like I said, a lot of people, this is why I pay my Curtis, right? Curtis doesn't have the shot of really winning that race, because a lot of Republicans go flock to Cuomo. And now, like I said, I'm so busy doing some other shit, I don't have time to really know what the hell's going on Twitter. So but I found out this recently that Bill Ackman donated $1 million to the anti-Madani PAC. So, but other than that, like, look, I today was a crazy day, a long-ass crazy day. Went to Furman, New York, NYU Furman. Then I went to fucking the HTC rally, which was kind of coincidental that they did that rally right before the YIMBY rally, and then I went to the NYCHA rally. And I'm like, okay, like, what the fuck? But that's all I gotta say. I mean, tomorrow I'm gonna be there to show my support for that bill. To the women out there, wear my purple tomorrow. So that's all I gotta say. Happy Saturday, happy Wednesday, and take care. Later.